Hello and welcome back to the Finding Your Feet podcast, a podcast show dedicated to helping you get closer to your true authentic self by helping you find your feet in life. This is season 2, episode 12.
Welcome guys. Today we are talking about moonshots. And no, that's not the kind of shots you do at the bar. This is goal setting, big goals, aiming for the moon, landing among the stars.
Yeah, we always love talking about goals, and moonshots is just on another level, and we're going to walk you through exactly what it is.
But before we begin the episode, we just have a quick word from our sponsor, BetterHelp. That's help, H-E-L-P. We are so proud to be partnering up with a company whose mission it is to help you start living a happier life from today.
Yes, BetterHelp is a professional online counselling service which set you up with a therapist under 48 hours. And if it ends up that you're not too keen on the therapist you've been set up with, you can change for free.
Yeah, you can change as many times as you want at no additional charge to make sure that you are set up with the right therapist. There is millions of therapists on BetterHelp, all with a different range of expertise. And when you go on the website, you have to fill out a questionnaire. It's quite a long questionnaire, but that is so that they can build up a really clear picture about who you are, what are your needs, what area do you need help with, so they can align you with the perfect therapist for you. Because speaking from experience here, if you do not like your therapist, if you don't vibe with them, you're not going to get the full benefit of the experience. So the fact that they do that is amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. It's also way more affordable than your traditional offline counselling. It works out around £60 a week, which is really good. And then you also get 10% off if you follow our link. And there are millions of people using BetterHelp today. You can go and look at the reviews at betterhelp.com/reviews.
Yes, so it's a professional, secure online counselling service and it's available for clients all over the world. You can access your account at any time and contact your therapist and you will always receive a quick response. You can easily set up weekly video or phone sessions with your therapist and get the support and guidance you need from a professional counsellor from the comfort of your own home, which is absolutely perfect, especially right now during the current restrictions. It's been a difficult year and a lot of people need some support. And you can get that from not even having to leave your house. What I love about BetterHelp is literally how they make therapy accessible for all. You get it in a super quick time frame, just under 48 hours, which is so fast. If you tried to get therapy before, then you know that is basically record time because it can take you a long time to get set up with a therapist. They make it so much more affordable so that so many people can access it. Plus, with our link, you do get an additional discount on top. And it's so flexible where you can get the support you need from the comfort of your own home. You do not need to travel anywhere to your appointments, no awkward waiting rooms, or you can literally do it from your bedroom. As you all know, this is something I've spoken about on the podcast before. I've invested in therapy over the past few years in my time as a young adult, and it's literally been a game changer. There is no better investment than in yourself. Whenever I've gone through periods of seeking professional counselling to work on my inner world, my outer world becomes completely unrecognizable. And that is because through therapy, you literally transform how you feel, how you behave, and you level up so much. When you invest in therapy, it's a small amount of money you invest, but you literally get it back tenfold through the results you get through better friendships, better relationships, more confidence, feeling better about yourself. And from all of that, that gives you the opportunity to even have bigger earning potential at work. It literally just helps you level up so much. It's so worth the investment. We know that so many of you listen to our podcast because you are passionate about your mindset and you want to level up your own life. So if you want to take charge of your mental health and get the professional support and guidance from BetterHelp, then all you need to do is go to the link in our show notes, betterhelp.com/findyourfeet. That's betterhelp.com/findyourfeet. And go through that link and you can get 10% off your first month of therapy with BetterHelp. There is no shame in therapy. It is just like taking your mind to the gym. You are worth the investment if you need the support. But that's all for now. Let's get on with the episode. But before we begin the episode, we're just going to read our Apple Podcast review of the week. You guys have been going on there and leaving us some seriously nice reviews recently. Thank you very much for reading every single one of them, and we can't wait to read them out on the show. But today, the review is from Lil Marth. Truly helping me find my feet. This podcast, though, with love heart emoji eyes. I have found this podcast so helpful. It's so inspiring listening to these girls talk truthfully about what many of us think and feel. This podcast has inspired me to start bettering myself, something I have wanted to do but not had the inspiration or support, which is what this podcast and Instagram feed gives me. I would totally recommend it. It's great to listen to, funny, wholesome, positive, supportive, and full of so much advice and ideas. If I could hug these lovely girls and say thank you, I totally would.
Aww, I want to give her a hug. That's so nice.
Thank you so much. And I'm glad you like the Instagram feed as well. If you aren't following us, then come and join our community on Instagram at Finding Your Feet Podcast, because that is where it goes down.
Yeah, it really does.
Okay, so moonshots, what is it? It's quite a new, well, for me, it's a new concept. I've only heard about it in the last week. I'd never heard of it before, but when I heard about what it was, I was like, wow, I love that. Need to implement that in my life. So a moonshot is an out of this world goal or ambition. It literally seems like out of this reach, like kind of impossible, but it's your ideal thing that you'd love to make happen in your life. If there were no limits, there are no limits. If there were no limits, like nothing stopping you, and what is the biggest thing that you want to do? What is your wildest dream? What is your out of this world thing? What is your moonshot? So that is a moonshot.
Yeah, and I think there's something so special about thinking about Moonshot because it makes you think like, what would you actually do if you had like no limiting beliefs, absolutely nothing was standing in your way in terms of like financial things, anything like that. If you literally set absolutely no limit on your potential whatsoever, where would you be? Where would you land? Where is like your absolute goal in life? And I think even just thinking of that really expands
what you think is your potential, like
yeah,
what you
yeah,
think
exactly. Because I feel like without even realizing, everyone puts like barriers on themselves. Even if you have like a goal for your career, you still have like a little bit of a barrier. So when you sit there and think like, what is actually my moonshot? I feel like that really takes it like big scale.
Yeah, because it's like kind of like a question that no one ever really asks you, and you don't really ask it yourself. So when you think about it, you're like, what do I really want? And then like if you just unlock it and let yourself have no limits and really deeply think about this and just go for your absolute moonshot, the absolute pinnacle of what you want, then the more that once you like pin that down in your mind of what it is, the more that it's there, the more it seems normal, the more it's going to actually become real. Like it's good just like, because you at first you might think, right, this is my absolute ideal thing. You think, oh, it's probably never going to happen. But the more that it's actually in your mind, the more that it becomes more like normality, and you think, actually, no, this is an option. This could happen.
Yeah, yeah. You're like normalizing yourself to that potential and you're going to rise to that frequency. So I think it's like really important to have a really, really big goal. And then I think as well, it's really helpful. So when like, say you come to a crossroads and you're like, you don't know what to do in life and you don't know which road to take or you don't know what job to go for or one career path. If you get really, really clear on your moonshot and your like really core values of what you want out of life, then I think that really helps guide you, even if it seems so out of reach and like absolutely crazy. That's going to help guide whether something is right for you or not.
Yeah, definitely.
It would definitely help guide me.
Yeah, there's like so many benefits to having a moonshot, and just like as humans, we need something to constantly be striving for. Like we need like because if you ever notice, like, and sometimes this can be problematic, like you have a goal, you reach it, but you don't really enjoy the fact you've reached it because you're moving on to the next thing. And obviously you've got to admire, you've got to kind of like step back and like appreciate where you've come on your journey and things like that. But as humans, we're like wired to constantly need that next thing. And I don't mean like you're just not grateful for the present moment and you're like, right, nah, I don't care about that anymore, I want the next thing. But as a human, what you need a purpose, you need a reason to be getting up in the morning. And actually if you allow yourself to dream, if you allow yourself to literally look at the moon and think, what is my shot, what am I going up there for, what is that, and just allow yourself, give yourself the permission to think that big and believe that it's true. Like that can be such a big driving force in what you're doing every day. Yeah. Which is very powerful.
Very, very. Because some people haven't even been taught to have the self-belief to dream.
Yeah.
Like dreaming seems like the most stupid thing and their daydreams are like, oh, it's just a daydream. But no, you should like get that written on paper. Like what do you actually want to do with your life?
Yeah, because you are allowed to dream your wildest dreams, because why can they not come true? They absolutely could. Like there's no barriers on you, and there's no barriers on yourself. There's no barriers and limits on what you can do unless you put it on yourself. No one else is actually putting them on you. Like you are a limitless human being. And actually, if you just allow yourself to sit there and dream and think about these mental things that you want, that really nail in an anchor to your why and your purpose in life, like that is just so powerful.
Yeah, for sure. I always think that as well. When I think of like super successful people, like right now when you're listening, you probably think of like some people who you see as super successful. The only reason they got there, well, obviously a lot of hard work as well, but one of the main reasons is they had to believe.
Yeah.
They had a dream and they believed, and that's why they've got there. So without the belief and without the dream and without the intention, without writing down your moonshot, you're not really going to push forward. So that's why it's so important that you knuckle it down. So, getting clear on your moonshot is especially important for manifesting as well. Because the whole idea of manifesting is that you have a vision and you have a goal, but you can't see the full staircase. You don't know how you're going to get there, but you know that you are going to get there, and you let the universe take its course. You work hard, you set your intentions, you set your goals, and you will meet at the frequency that you're aiming for. So, for example, we have an example of, I don't know if you guys have heard this story, but you probably have. So, Jim Carrey used the law of attraction to kind of manifest his career, like to begin with. So, I find it absolutely crazy. So, I don't know if this is point spot on the story, but this is basically like paraphrasing. So, he was like broke as hell, really wanted to get into acting, and he went to like various auditions, kept getting turned down, and he wrote a check to himself for $10 million, dated 2 years ahead of him, and then went to all these auditions, stuff like that, and he didn't get anywhere. And then the day before the check was the check was dated, he got offered his role in Dumb and Dumber for $10 million. And then now he's like a massive person in the law of attraction. Like, he believes in it like 100%, and I think he's like well inspiring. But that just shows like when he was broke and he was getting turned down from these auditions, and he wrote that check for $10 million, I bet he thought, this is, well, like his moonshot, this is crazy. But he believed 100% that he would get it, and he got it.
Yeah, because it like him to set that moonshot of, here's my $10 million while he was broke, getting rejected from every audition, makes no logical sense. And that's the thing about moonshots is, that's why you have to allow yourself to think about it, allow yourself to dream, allow yourself to set a moonshot, because they're meant to be that big. You know, you're aiming for the moon, that's all the way up out in the sky, it's huge. Like, they're meant to be mental, and they're meant to not make sense of how you're going to get there. But if you're setting that intention, even if you kind of believe that it's not, you're like, how is that going to happen? It's probably not going to happen. The more it's in your mind, the more it's present, the more it's going to become normal, the more that you're going to like spread that energy that this is going to happen. And that's obviously what he did, because he believed in it so hard. This $10 million was going to come to him. He's going to land this job. And he did.
I think with the law of attraction, it's really hard. And one thing I struggled with, it's really hard to switch off the logic in your brain.
Yeah.
You're like, well, I want to achieve this, but if I write down here that I want $10 million, blah, 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 how is that going to work? And like, we're wired to be logic. So we're like, how is this going to happen? How is that going to happen? But if you received one of our emails from maybe like 2 weeks ago, we literally wrote an email on how you can't plan the magic of life. So you can't plan like coincidences. You can't plan opportunities. You don't know who's going to walk into your life. You don't know like when you raise your vibration, what you're going to attract. So you can't plan like a manifestation, because that's not your job. Your job is to know what you want, to write it down, to hold a vision, and to work hard, but not to plan out, but that can't happen. Because if you're going to do that, you're going to set a limit on yourself, because you can't plan that.
Yeah. Like blocking yourself before you've even started. Like, you just have to like think your wildest dreams and think, right, surrender. This can happen to me. It's possible, but not worry about the how.
And I think as well, one thing that when I first got into the law of attraction, one thing that I think puts you off as well is sometimes you don't want to write a huge goal down
in case it doesn't happen.
Yeah,
disappoint yourself.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, but then I'm going to really disappoint myself, and then I'm like not going to believe, and then it's going to be really weird. But I think that's obviously living in a fear mindset. But if you write down that goal and you think, oh God, I don't know if this is going to happen. If it does happen, then it happens. And if it doesn't, then what have you lost? You've lost nothing.
Yeah, you lose nothing. You lose nothing from dreaming.
Yes, exactly. You literally lose nothing. So I think you might as well just go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Another person's moonshot who's very interesting is Joe Wicks. And I think Joe Wicks is a magical guy.
Very.
So he's like got a very clear purpose, like what he's here on this earth to do, and how he communicates with people, and his constant drive and energy. And he talks a lot now, if you like listen to podcasts and stuff with him, he speaks a lot now about how he just feels like he's got a mission to like serve others and help others and get them exercising and getting them feeling better and looking after their mental health. Like, that is his driving purpose. It's not to like become the biggest fitness coach in the world, to literally like make loads of money. Like, his driving why is to like help people. And I actually think he's one of them people that's been put on this earth like for a big reason.
Yeah.
But one of his moonshot was to get kids like all over the world exercising. And he set that and like spoke it out loud to one of his friends. And then literally like 6 months later, he'd actually achieved his moonshot, because that's when P with Joe started. And that went, I'm sure that loads of you know, because you will have seen it, went huge, and it went global. Like he said that the head of Channel 4 like approached him to say, can you do PE with Joe on our channel? And he was like, no, I can't, because it's actually reached all over the world now, countries everywhere. I can't just do that because then it's only available for the UK. Like there's already kids and families all over the world, like millions and millions and millions of people.
Yeah, I couldn't believe those numbers.
Yeah, absolutely crazy. And his moonshot was to get kids all over the world exercising. Now it's obviously a big, big, big goal. It's a big moonshot. But he made that happen. Like, but when he set that moonshot, what do you thought? This is how I'm going to make it happen. So there's going to be a global pandemic in 2020 and everyone's going to get locked in the doors inside. So I'm going to stream live workouts, do PE with Joe on YouTube, and millions of people are going to join in, everyone from all over the world. Like that's the magic of life that you can't plan.
Yeah.
But he just set it and then worked for it, aligned. So he was there. His behavior aligned with what he wanted, and the opportunity came, and he's already achieved his moonshot.
Yeah, it's amazing. And as well, I think because that was his moonshot, when the opportunity arrived, he believed he was worth it, because he knew that's what he wanted. Whereas if you don't get clear on what your moonshot is and what you want to achieve for, then something might pass you by and you think, oh, I'm not ready for that. No, I'm not ready for that. And like shy away. Whereas if you're getting clear every day, like, this is my ultimate goal, then opportunities are going to come to you and you're going to run and grab it.
Yeah, exactly. Once you've got something in your mind, if you think, no, I'm worthy of this could happen, but I'm not going to worry about how, then that's when the universe helps you and like starts sending you those opportunities and serving you those, okay, this is how you can do it. And you don't need to worry about that. You just got to be there to receive.
Yeah. It's just about taking that first step and just believing in yourself.
Yeah. But also like having a moonshot is, like I was saying before, like we're motivated by purpose to have a why. Like if you get clear on your why in life, your like values, what's important to you, and you have that moonshot, then the kind of mundane day-to-day randomness of life doesn't seem so boring, because you're striving for something really big and close to your heart. It's really important to you, because no one's going to have the same moonshot. Everyone's going to be completely different. Like me and you, we can say what ours are later, but they're going to be completely different, because we're completely different people. Everyone's unique, so you're all going to have a different moonshot. But when you have that moonshot as well, it makes like all the goals that fall underneath that moonshot, because that's such a big goal. All the smaller goals that fall underneath it, that are like the stepping stones, the steps on the staircase to get you there, you're more motivated to do that as well, because you're like, this is going to move me forward to get into that that moonshot.
Yeah, I think for sure. And as well, then even like the mundane things in life, like say for example, you want to go traveling, but you have to like save money and do this, do that. If you've got a moonshot of where you want to go in life, then is, like you said, it's like your reason why, like your reason to get out of bed, your reason to strive for a goal.
Yeah.
To know like you're doing everything for a reason. It's to achieve your moonshot.
Yeah. And that's the thing with motivation. Like some people are like, oh, like new year, new me. And they write down the New Year's resolutions, and then they so many people then fall away, like they don't stick to them, and then they feel like crap because they've not stuck to their goals. But actually, when you're like setting your mini goals, your mini resolutions, like if you can attach them to like your moonshot or your why, like really anchor in on that, then you're more likely to stick to those smaller habits, new goals, resolutions, because you're attaching it to something with way bigger, with so much more weight, rather than like, okay, I just said that I was going to work out every day or like 5 times a week now for 2021, and then you fall off it because you're like, there was no substance behind why you want to do it, probably just to like obviously get fit and stuff like that. But if you really attach it to some really lifelong, like, I want lifelong health, I want optimum health for my whole life, I don't want to get sick, because I want to enjoy life to the fullest every single day, and because I want to experience life at the top level of everything that you can experience every day, because we're not here forever, we're here for a short time. And if you look at the whole history of the universe, we're here for like a tiny speck of that history. So you want to literally live it to the full and make the impact you want to make. So like if you attach your goal to look after your body and work out 5 days a week and eat well to that, then that's going to have way more weight behind it and a bigger why, a bigger purpose, and you're going to stick to it more, rather than like, okay, I want to lose 3 pounds or something.
Yeah. I think having a why 100% anchors you back. You just have to dare to dream, like, dare to dream, to join the dreamers that achieve.
Yeah, and allow yourself to dream.
It's also worth saying that it's so important that you enjoy the journey to your moonshot, though, because I always hear this a lot on podcasts about people that maybe say they've got to their moonshot and they've achieved everything they want in life. And they say the most important part and the most enjoyable part was the journey, because that's where you learn everything. It's where you grow. It's where you make friends, make memories. So get clear on that moonshot, but then also enjoy every single moment working towards it. And then it's going to make it so much sweeter when you get there.
Yeah, always be present, always enjoy the journey.
Yeah, exactly.
Enjoy every moment.
Don't hold your breath until you get to the moonshot, because then your life's going to be over anyway. You need to enjoy every single moment.
Yeah, enjoy every moment leading up to it.
Yeah.
And we want you guys to think about what is your moonshot. So after this podcast, have a little meditate, think about this, and allow yourself to dream big. If something comes to your mind, you think that is mental, that's not going to happen. Don't limit yourself. Write it down, because you just don't know. You do not know what can happen.
Yeah. And then times it by 100, whatever that goal is, just times it, make it bigger.
So it makes you feel so uncomfortable.
Yeah. So you think this is so stupid. And then that is your moonshot.
Yeah. And to end the episode, we've got our quote of the week. And this is a very popular quote, so you've probably heard it before, but it's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, it's very relevant for the episode.
Yeah, it is. So it is, reach for the moon and you will land amongst the stars. So even if you don't get your moonshot, if you're just having fun in life, dreaming about it, if you're still aiming for that, you're going to land amongst the stars anyway. So you're going to end up in a pretty good place. It's better than having no ambition and nothing to strive to.
Yeah.
It costs nothing to dream.
Yes, dare to dream. That's the main message of this.
Yep. So if you like this chat today, guys, if you want to hear more of this is a tiny 1% of the content that is on our webinar. You only have a couple days left to get the tickets before we take them off the website on the 2nd of January. On the 3rd of January, 6 p.m, live on Zoom, we are hosting the Level Up 2021 webinar.
Yes, we're going to be covering so much great stuff, and Moonshots is just a little part of it, but this was just a little insight. But if you're interested in all the other stuff we have to say, you have to go buy a ticket before the 2nd of January. We're going to close the gates at 6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m, 2nd of January, the tickets cut off 24 hours before the event is live, because we do need you to do a little meditation, a little journal session before the webinar, so that you're really clear about what you want for 2021. But if you want to set big goals for next year, if you want to get really clear about what you want, if you want to learn some more about manifesting, if you want to learn about the art of doing vision boards, then come along, because we're also going to do work on limiting beliefs, helping you get rid of those, so that there's nothing standing in your way from what you want. We're going to get you feeling motivated, inspired, and know that you're worthy of what you want, because you can have it all.
Yeah, if you don't know what your moonshot is, then get a ticket, because you are going to know by the end.
Yeah, literally, we've got so many practical tips about like how to set new habits and implement them into your life to create long-lasting change. It's going to be so good, and I'm so excited as well to connect with people in our community, because obviously, like, we speak to you on the podcast, we chat to you on Instagram, but to actually spend the evening together is going to be amazing. And it's a live event, so it will not be recorded. It's only going to be the magic of that night. So come and join us. You do not want to miss this. A lot of people have already got their tickets. We are limiting the amount of people that can come in, because we want it to be an intimate event. We want to make it so that people, if they want to speak, they can speak. So don't miss out. You'll be disappointed if you don't. Start your 2021 with a boss energy and join us. The 2021 Level Up webinar, 3rd of January, 6 p.m. You can get your tickets on our website, findingyourfeetpodcast.com. We will leave the link in the show notes. It takes you straight there, but I can't wait to see you there.
Yeah, come and join us. Thank you so much for listening, everyone. We really hope you enjoyed this episode, and we hope you have a better insight into your moonshot.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, hit subscribe. Follow us if you're listening on Spotify, so you never miss an episode. We release them every single Wednesday. If you are watching on YouTube, hit subscribe so you always catch our episodes on there. If you're not listening on YouTube, you can catch our episodes on there now. The link is in our show notes. Our channel name is Finding Your Feet, the podcast. Don't forget to join our mailing list. We email you every Monday morning with a positive, insightful, wisdom-filled story. No annoying marketing. Everyone loves our mailing list. So go and sign up on there. And of course, grab your ticket to the webinar on our brand new website. Go and have a look on there. And we will see you maybe on the 3rd of Jan if you're going to join us. But if not, we'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye.